Good evening. I was speaking with some really interesting folks with the last few days. Um, and when I was asked a simple question from them, why did I resign from my corporation and why did I see it necessary to get involved in the political movement in Ireland? Um, and when I explained that to them, they were, of course, they understood why, and they actually thanked me. These were these were people in the Islamic world. These were folks in the Emirates and Saudi Arabia. People that are senior officials, I guess, in these countries that are really concerned about what is happening in Ireland. If you look at the direction we're actually heading, I mean, it's down a road of no return. And if you see what happened in Nepal yesterday, I mean, it's absolutely dreadful when you see people storming a building and attacking officials because they're so frustrated about what is happening regarding corruption. Again, I don't agree with that being a solution. We need to look at a political solution, and we need to look at building a party that can actually take our country back. We need to do that through a democratic process. We need, again, to look at why we have so many problems in Ireland. I hear a lot of people talking about, problems within the ballot box and, corruption and so on and so forth. Some of the people that are saying this, they ran for election last year. They were earlier this year, I should say, but the problem is they were very weak candidates, and their messaging wasn't the best. We need to look at a way forward that will be something with a clear vision, with a manifesto that the Irish people themselves can actually embrace, something that is pro-business, that can create jobs and can create wealth and prosperity for the Irish people. That's something that is really needs to happen. If you look at the direction, the movement, I guess, the nationalist movement in Ireland, look at the direction that a lot of the parties are actually going. I have complete empathy with most of them. I understand the frustration that they actually have, but we need to be very clear. We need to build a party that is for all the Irish people, a party that's very inclusive, a party that will get rid of the corrupt Fianna Fáil, Fine Gael, Sinn Féin parties, get rid of all of them, but a party that is going to, without a doubt, benefit Ireland and the Irish people. I walked away from my company and sacrificing a lot by actually doing this, constantly under attack because I made this decision. And it is the crazy thing about Irish politics, or the people that are on social media in Ireland. I'm an environmentalist, so I get attacked by the right, certain people in the right. I'm a nationalist, and I get attacked by people on the left. But I'm more centre right. I'm certainly not far right. I really don't want anyone to think I am, because I'm actually not. Um, I don't agree with a lot of the racist comments I also hear online. That has no place in Irish society. I don't blame anybody coming to Ireland to better their life. Again, I blame the Irish government for leaving people, undocumented people, come into the country. I blame the Irish government for passing out contracts to friends and family members so they can actually make a fortune through the likes of iPass centres. We need to build a country for the Irish people. We need to build, instead of advanced factories, we need to build housing for the homeless people in Ireland. We need to build houses to bring our nurses and doctors back to Ireland. We need to encourage all the exiles around the world to return home. We can do that. And one of the ways we can do that, we need to defund the NGOs. Look at the money that's been wasted in that space. Again, it is not the way forward. We need to look after Ireland and look after the Irish people. We need to stop foreign aid going overseas when we have brutal social issues in Ireland, where we've Irish people sleeping on the streets, where we have young Irish kids leaving university and they have to leave Ireland because they can't afford a home. We have to look at the problems we have in the health care system, where we can actually take care of Irish kids instead of Irish kids dying because they can't get medical treatment. We need to take care of our own people. We need to do that in a way, again, that's totally inclusive. If we don't do that, we will have further problems in Ireland. We need to put the Irish people ahead of anybody else around the world if we are part of a government in Ireland. It became a very nasty word, and it was used as a tool to try and dehumanize people by saying they were far right, or that they were racist, or they had some social issues with foreigners in Ireland. And of course, that's not true. We need to look at the problems we actually have, and we need to address them. If we don't do that, shame on us. If you look at the definition of nationalism, if a politician is not a nationalist, he's treasonous. If a politician doesn't embrace what nationalism stands for, he shouldn't run for office. There's nothing wrong with saying you're a nationalist. You should be proud of it. You should be proud of your country. You should be proud of what we survived as a nation. We need to stand up. We need to come together. We need to unite. The last thing in the world that we wanted to do was form a political party in Ireland. But the more I look at this, the more inclined I am to push a new nationalist party, a new centre-right party, I guess, a conservative party in Ireland that can represent the Irish people, where we can get the middle class in Ireland, where we can get the less well-off folks in Ireland, where we can entice corporations to Ireland, where we can build bridges with the other economies around the world, and at the same time, where we can actually make the Irish economy stronger for the Irish people. A conservative party that we can take down Fianna Fáil, Fine Gael, and the socialist Sinn Féin. We need a party that can work towards unification of our country, but we do it in a way by respecting and honouring, again, our friends, our family, our neighbours from the other community, from the Protestant community in Ireland. This is something that we have to do. We have to be more inclusive. And again, we can't keep bashing the people that's coming into the country. The problem in this country is the government are allowing this to happen. We need to build a country for the Irish people, run by the Irish people, not controlled by Brussels, but controlled by Dublin, by Irish women and men. This is something that we have to do.